Welcome back to another episode of the Tit for Tat podcast. My name is Latif Love. I'm here with Max Serrato. Back for another episode. It's going to be episode 29. Today we're going to talk about the NBA Finals preview and predictions, the Celtics offseason plans, the Sixers hiring Nick Nurse, and we're going to do an NBA Finals quiz. Before we get started, let me ask you how your day was, Max. We
Good.
recording. Go ahead. My bad.
Government names is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if we ever said that. Pop.
For new viewers, they need to know who we are because sometimes
Okay.
they're watching our videos, or especially on TikTok, and they'll like allude to us as that guy or that white guy or that something like that. So I want people
Yeah,
to. I think we should start like saying our names more so people could
that's
like
fair.
get familiar with us as they start watching the podcast more. So
That's fair.
uh,
I feel like I've never said my full government name on the pod, so that's kind of crazy. No, I'm good. Um, yeah, finals coming up. I'm excited. So
yeah, I mean, it, I've you started to talk around the finals this year saying like it won't be exciting as in maybe the Celtics have made it, or it would have been Lakers or Celtics or something anything like that. But I think it'll be pretty exciting. I think it'll be. I'm not gonna say my prediction yet because we're gonna get into that a little bit later, but I think it'll be pretty competitive for it being a short series. That's what I'll say. It'll be as competitive as it can be for a short series.
I think like the NBA is just so worried, or people are so worried about like new viewers, right? They're not gonna pull these big time markets like LA, like Chicago, like New York, right? Like Boston, like Miami's still a big market, but no one's really coming out like new basketball fans watching the Heat. The Nuggets obviously aren't. Denver's in a huge market, so I think they're worried. But as a basketball fan, I think it's a really good. It's a win-win, right? You get to see a new champion, whether it is Miami or it is Denver. And I think both teams just played pretty well all playoffs. They both deserve to be here. And like as NBA fans, I think it's a pretty rewarding finals. I don't know. We'll get into it. I don't know if it really would have made much of a difference. I'm just happy to see Miami in there over Boston. I did not want to see Boston in the finals. So
Yeah, I think it's an interesting matchup this finals though because you got the AC Miami Heat coming in. They've been doubted every single series and probably gonna be doubted again. I think they're probably underdog going into this series again. Rightfully so though because the Nuggets have been one of the best teams in the last 4 or 5 years to make the finals. I think they're really well rounded, really well coached. Nikola Jokic is the best player in the world, and most people's eyes now, including mine. So it's gonna be a tall task for the Heat to win the series. It's an interesting matchup though because you got Jimmy Butler on one side, who's the Heat have came through this playoff and went 7 with the Celtics after being up 3-0. I think that's gonna be really detrimental to them having to go that long series after being up 3-0. Jimmy Butler is clearly banged up. Bam Adebayo is banged up. Gabe Vincent is banged up. So they've got their battle scars after coming this far in the playoffs this far. So I think that's going to be to the Nuggets' benefit having 10 days of rest, having so much time to watch film and stuff like that. So we're going to see. I don't want to make any predictions like that. We're going to get into that later, but it's going to be a tough matchup for the Heat. I think this winning a championship for either Jimmy Butler or Nikola Jokic can push them forward so much in all time rankings, especially with Jimmy Butler, who in the regular season doesn't have many accolades, doesn't have many all stars, has a couple of defensive teams, don't really have any like major awards. So having that championship with this level of roster he's building around that he has around him, I know people want to say that these are role players and stuff like that, but these players have stepped up every single round. Like this round, I want to say like Caleb Martin should have won ECF MVP this round. I think he was arguably the most consistent player for the Heat. I know he wasn't getting that much of defensive attention because, uh, he's not Jimmy Butler. He's the third option based on the team, the fourth option based on the team. If you want to say that. So, but every time they need him to get a bucket, he stepped up. I think he shot like 73% with true shooting, which is amazing especially for a wing. So I think he was robbed of that ECF MVP. But this roster is still not that talented. And for Jimmy Butler to be here, all things considered, is really, really impressive, despite him playing pretty poorly in the last 3 games. So I think it was still like, dude, who do you think like, let's say Jimmy Butler wins the championship, how would he be over like certain people like Paul George or Chris Paul, people like that? Like, are you pushing him over like where is he at all time in your eyes?
yeah, I don't know. He's a tough player to rank because like playoff performer wise, I mean of our generation, he might be one of the best. He's performs very well in the playoffs.
Over the last four
But
years? Over the
yeah,
last 4 years?
yeah, but he was good in Chicago. We can't
Not
act like he
really.
wasn't good. Huh?
I mean, he wasn't the first options, and his numbers aren't that great. It's like 50
Yeah, well,
points
you
per
had
game.
Derrick Rose on the team, then you go to Philly. I think the only other time like he's been when he's the number one option in the playoffs, like he performs, right?
Mhm.
You had Embiid in Philly, and I don't think he was still looked as the number one option in Minnesota. So when he's given the keys to the car, like he's been working with it. He's made the finals twice now. I don't know though. Like I'm biased towards Paul George, but like I mean, if he wins this ring, I kind of think you got to put him up high. I don't know, like I guess I don't know what the ceiling is for him. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how high you put him. Like is he top 20 all time? No. Is he top 30 all time? No. Top 40? I like you know what I mean? Like I think you're going
It's
it's
because
like
of the accolades, and he doesn't like have the
yeah,
regular
like
season acclimate like, to do
he
that.
doesn't have any I think he's got a most improved player, right?
Yeah,
That's it.
I
And
don't even
defensive
know. He has some couple defensive
I think
teams.
he's got I think he's got defensive teams. He might have an all NBA team, couple of those. But he's got a most improved player. Like he hasn't done it in the regular season. Um, he's not this scoring machine, right? He's not whatever. He's not putting up insane numbers. Like he's just playing basketball. When it comes down to it, he's winning games. So
It's interesting though, Max, because like it depends on how much you value the playoffs. Because you think about it like this, right? So in the regular season, Russell Westbrook was obviously a much better player in his peak, like his MVP season, like the 3 year stretch without KD. It's probably was probably a much better player, but like when it comes down to the playoffs, he has never led a team to the finals twice, like Jimmy Butler has. Especially this roster not being that, it's not all that. Like
so
honestly,
so I think the biggest testament of who you have is so what position would you consider Jimmy? I say
shooting guard,
small forward, but I think you still consider him a shooting guard, right?
yeah.
I put him in the shooting guard conversation. Is Jimmy Butler or James Harden a better player all time? They are complete opposite players.
I think
James
James
Harden,
Harden is a. I think James Harden is a. I think James Harden is better all time just because of the stuff he done in the regular season at his peak. He was one of the greatest scorers in NBA history that we ever seen.
but
In the
but
playoffs he drops off a little bit.
so
But
that's what we were talking about
I don't
because like
know.
in the past you said you talked about James Harden does not play well in the playoffs. We've had this discussion, right? And I know you value playoff performance. Like I could see a case to especially if Jimmy wins his finals, I could see a case to where someone throws him above him. You know what I mean? Like it's not a crazy statement to make.
I think
I would put Harden over him, but like I would I don't know like if Jimmy wins this finals like I get it. He's not dominating like by himself, right? Like he dominated the first years against the Bucks, scored very well. And then he's had games here and there, right? Like Jokic, if the Nuggets win, Jokic is the guy. He's the reason they're here. You know what I mean? Like they have a great team, don't get me wrong, but Jokic is a 30-point triple double, right? Like the Nuggets are led by him, right? And I'd say like what you talked about, Caleb Martin, like he stepped up more than anyone could really ask. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a star in that playoff series, and like Jimmy Butler might have been like leading them, I guess, in the locker room, right? He culture and everything. But like their other role players stepped up a lot, right? Like it's not just Jimmy Butler's to be here. Like Jimmy Butler's played great. He's played great in the playoffs. He's had some moments where he's been a little shaky, but like I think you can attribute Jokic's team success a lot more to Jokic than you can Jimmy Butler's the Heat's team success to Jimmy Butler.
I want to go back to that James Harden versus Jimmy Butler conversation. I think it's an interesting conversation because obviously James Harden is much more dominant in the regular season. Has his accolades are much better. All stars, all NBAs, MVPs, nearly 25 point per game scored for like 5 straight years. So I don't know, bro. It's an interesting conversation. I think if Jimmy Butler won his championship, I'm not mad if he put him over Harden because the playoffs matter a lot to me. The playoffs matter a lot to me, and taking this team to the championship and winning it would be insane. I know James Harden's path was a lot harder because he had to go against them all-time Warrior teams twice, took them to 7 games. But Jimmy Butler just elevates in the playoffs, and winning the championship with this roster would be hard not to say he's better than Harden all time, even though Harden has so much more regular season success. That's what makes it tough for me. I think it's a conversation. You can't just outright say Harden because he does have a lot of regular season success. He is one of the greatest scorers, greatest playmakers, greatest, handlers of the ball we've ever seen. So it's kind of hard, bro. But his track record in the playoffs would make it a case for Jimmy Butler. But I'll
It's a,
probably still go Harden though.
it's an
I don't know.
interesting debate. I'm gonna throw another name in there. What do you think of Reggie Miller? Like he made a
Yes,
finals appearance. Uh huh.
yes.
Who?
Stop.
Yes. What?
Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler.
I'm just saying. Like he had
Jimmy.
good regular season success. He had good playoff success. Made a finals. Like I don't know how much you value making the finals. You talk about playoff success a lot. So
I
for a guy,
value playoff success a lot.
huh?
For,
And I get it. James Harden's got an MVP. He had that stretch where he was averaging 40 or whatever, 30 points a like high 40s, 50 points a game. He was doing something crazy. Like he's got a ton of like regular season success. But like I know I don't think it's completely his fault that they don't win the playoffs, but he has not gone super far in the playoffs. Um, especially with the Warriors teams though. So
yeah, but let's get into our finals predictions. Who you got winning the finals?
um I've been wrong every single time when it comes to the Heat now. So I'm gonna probably pick against the Heat again, but I'll just expect to be wrong. So I think I'll say Nuggets in 6. But yeah, I think it could go Nuggets in 4. I could see it somehow going 7, but I'll say Nuggets in 6. I really don't know what to expect. I think that Denver should handle business. I think that like Jokic should dominate. I think it should be a pretty quick series. But I've underestimated Miami every single playoff series so far, so I'm not gonna completely just put all my chips forward. So yeah, I'll go Nuggets in 6.
I want to say Nuggets in 5, but I'll be safe and say 6 just because Jokic is the best player in the world right now. They have the best player in the series. They have a better team overall. Coach Malone is a great coach, and he's been on them the entire playoff run, keeping them consistent. They look like the best team this entire playoffs. They've been the most consistent team this entire playoffs, the most dominant team this entire playoffs. They had 10 days of rest to watch film, to just get their legs fresh for Jimmy Butler, who was just went to Game 7 with the Celtics. They're going to be beaten, battered, tired, all of that coming into the series, and I think that's why the Nuggets have the edge. Especially them, they're just a better team. 2, they're gonna be a lot fresher. So that's why I'm gonna go Nuggets in 5 or 6 because of that rest, them being I feel like just being a better team, a more cohesive team, and then just the matchups. Like I think Jokic will eat against Bam. I think we just saw him go crazy against Anthony Davis, who is probably the best defender in the league. So I don't think there'll be anything different against Bam. They don't really have the size to deal with Jokic at all. Him on the glass, Aaron Gordon on the glass. I don't think they have the on-ball defenders to stop Jamal Murray. I don't think Jimmy Butler would be guarding him because he wouldn't be productive on the offense end. So it all depends. I think I see no way that the Heat are winning this series. I've been counting them out the entire playoffs. I'm going to continue to do that. I don't think it's no chance they win this series. I think it's over in 5 or 6. That's my prediction. I'm not giving the Heat any chance to win this series. But I mean, I probably said about the last 2 rounds, but I'm continuing my thing. I don't think this Heat team is good enough to win a championship. I don't think Jimmy Butler is a 1 on the championship team. I think he's a 2, potentially. I don't think he's a 1. Also, I just the Nuggets are just completely dominating right now. Beat the Lakers 4-0, got the Suns out there in 6, but it was like wasn't even they got to 6, but it was like that series is over. They went up 3-1, so that series is over. Dominated the Timberwolves, but it was close every game, but 4-1, 5-game series. So I just feel like I don't see a way that the Heat can win this. They just went 7 with the Celtics after being up 3-0. That's going to be to their detriment a lot. Like you guys should have closed that out, got rest, and try to play and game plan for the Nuggets going into the finals. But now the Nuggets got to do that for you. They got to sit back, watch you guys, see your tendencies, got fresh legs, all of that, and they're going to dominate them. I think Jokic's going to win Finals MVP. He's going to cap off this great playoff run. This is probably one of the best playoff runs we've seen in the last 10 years from Nikola Jokic. He broke the all-time record or tied it for triple doubles in the playoffs. So Jokic's going to cap off this MVP season, cap off this playoff run with a championship in the finals. And I think it's going to be interesting to Justin because Coach Postra is also the best coach in the NBA. So you're going to see how good of a coach he is, because if he can game plan to stop Jamal Murray and stop Nikola Jokic and stop these shooters, it's gonna be insane. But I think Aaron Gordon is gonna do an amazing job with Jimmy. I think he's been one of the best defenders in the playoffs. I think he did a good enough job on LeBron as much as you can do. With LeBron being the best player ever, I think he did a great job on KD, who was very inefficient. I don't know if he was guarding Ant because I didn't watch that series too much, but as much as I watch Aaron Gordon, as much as people have just been sagging off of him, trying to play off of him on the offensive end, he still gotten involved on that side of the ball. He still did play amazing on defense, and he kept himself playable because the thought process is that you could play Aaron Gordon off the floor on offense because he can like he's not that great of an offensive threat as far as like from the 3 point line. So if you just sack off him, Nuggets have to bench him, but that has not been working. Coach Malone has adjusted to that. Aaron Gordon has taken his shots when they need to be taken. He has slashed to the basket when they need to be, slashed, going to the rim, stuff like that. So he's done a great job staying on the floor with other players like Jerry Vanderbilt and like Rudy Gobert in the past had problems staying on the floor in the playoffs. He's done a great job staying on the floor.
I was gonna go back to what you said about Jimmy not being the number one in a championship team because I think it's a decent argument to have. I feel like I would say that with a guy like Devin Booker, who's made one finals, right? They had that run in a year where, you know what I mean, it was kind of a pretty open West, right? So, yeah, they made the finals, but like, is he really enough? Same with Tatum last year. You make one finals, you're kind of scared. Jimmy's right now got 2 finals appearances, right? And the teams he ran through he ran through the Bucks, ran through Celtics, ran through in the bubble. Did he not run through the Bucks and Celtics again? Or Raptors? He ran through the Raptors and someone. Regardless, he's ran through
Bucks and Celtics.
He ran through the Bucks and Celtics in the bubble.
Yes.
I thought the Raptors bounced the Celtics. Anyways,
No.
he's ran through pretty quality teams, right? Like he hasn't run through bad teams. He's gone through good teams. So I think, yeah, Jimmy Butler, like being a number one on a championship team, like I think it's a conversation to be had. But I'm like leaning towards yes. Being there twice, I don't think it's a coincidence. So I think making a finals once, whatever, but making 2 finals in whatever 3-4 years, it's pretty convincing, especially with the teams he's had.
I'm
What
under
player?
the mindset. I'm under the mindset that being the best player on the championship team is when you win in the championship. It's not getting there and losing. And he hasn't won the championship yet this year. I mean, he hasn't won the championship yet. I don't think he will win the championship this year. So getting there and being the best player on the team that makes it is different than getting there and being a team that wins it. This roster, one, needs to be better, and 2, they need a better scoring option than Jimmy Butler or another scoring option than Jimmy Butler. I think Bam is not a consistent second option as a scorer. I think they need a he's not it. Come on, bro. What are you talking about? I think
Tyler
they
Hero's
need a,
more of a second option than Bam Adebayo for scoring.
bro. Tyler Hero can't be your second option. If Tyler Hero's your second option scoring, you're not winning the championship either. They need another scoring option that's better to or equal than Jimmy Butler. I think they need a better player than Jimmy Butler as well to come to the Heat. I don't think he can be the best player on the championship team. He's made it to the championship twice, has not won it. That's what makes you a championship winning player, the best player on the championship winning team. You got to actually win it. And there's so few guys that have actually done it in the NBA. I think we throw that around too much. We have to see these players actually do it. I'm not under the mindset that even Jason Tatum has won it yet until he actually wins it. You have to actually win it.
I don't think so either. We had this conversation where we had this conversation earlier in the year where we both didn't know if Jokic was. We both weren't sold on Jokic or Embiid being championship best player in the championship team. But I'm just saying, like, making it 2 times is not a coincidence. I guess for me, I'm thinking more championship. Can you be on a championship caliber team? And that's just not just having a good record. That's not just, performing well here and there. Like, you actually have to have the ability to make the finals and win, right? Like, the fact that they've been here twice now, I get they took the Lakers to 6 in the bubble, right? And you could say that the Lakers weren't trying that one game. So they could have done 5. But, especially if this series goes deep, like, I think, you know what I mean? Like, if Jimmy Butler turns on the series, I think if it goes deep, if it's 4 or 5, okay, maybe not. But if it goes deep, like we have to have conversations. Like, if you can throw whoever else you want on Portland, I'm thinking of Dame. You could throw whoever you else want on Miami. I still think Jimmy's that number 1 guy. If you throw Dame on that team, I'd still argue that Jimmy is still the guy on that team.
No, not offensively, not at all.
Huh?
Not offensively, not at all.
So who's the better player, Jimmy Butler or Damian Lillard?
I think you could argue that Dame obviously because the defense side of the ball is such an impactful.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's the guy.
He's arguably the number 1 player. But as far as the offensive thing, he's Damian Lillard. He's way better than Jimmy Butler on offense.
But being the guy is not just offensively. Being the number 1 on a championship team is win. I don't know what to say. Like,
I just feel like
offense, it's defense, it's leading the team out.
I don't necessarily feel like I feel like if Dame went there, he would just be number 1. Like he would be the number 1 scoring option, and that's the thing. Like
scoring option, but like I'm not. If Dame's scoring 27,
he's not the number 1 then. The number 1 is on offense, bro. When we allude to number 1, that's on offense. What number 1 has we allude to that wasn't on offense? Give me one example ever.
What you mean?
Give me one example of a number 1 on a team that's not the number 1 scoring option. Give me one.
Who was the number 1 in 2020 finals? You can say Anthony Davis, LeBron James.
LeBron? What the fuck? LeBron?
Huh?
LeBron?
I agree. I feel like people would say Anthony Davis.
And he was a number one. He was a number one scoring option. So who, like, what are we talking about? Give me one number one. Give me number one option.
Let me look
Number
up.
one player on the championship team that wasn't the number one scoring option. Give me one in NBA history. I can guarantee you that's not possible. If Damian
You can
Lillard
talk
went
about
to
the Spurs teams with Tony Parker and Tim Duncan. They were both 1A and 1B. The 2007 Finals, Tony Parker, I think, won Finals MVP.
but yeah, he
did.
did.
You could talk about those old Lakers teams when you had a ton of different options. Magic, I don't think led the team. Did Magic lead the team in scoring every playoff series? No, I
Probably
think he
not.
led
No,
assists and rebounds. Like I get Jordan
I don't think that's the same case with Jimmy Butler and Dame.
Why?
That's not the same thing
Why?
as like because he had an option like you could probably say that. Well, Kareem was older. It depends. I haven't looked in like the stats of those runs, but Magic probably was the number one option. But he had an option like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in his later years of being dominant. But that's one. It's a very if it has happened, it's a very rare occasion, and I don't think it would be the same thing.
Because
I think Dame would be the one, honestly.
But
you can make an argument. You can make an argument that Dame's a better player than Jimmy Butler as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I got Jimmy, but like
I'm not gonna wait. Hold on. Coming into the season, like before the playoffs, Dame was definitely better than Jimmy Butler. You could definitely make that claim.
But going into next season, I take Jimmy Butler over Dame.
Yeah, I mean, because what he done in the playoffs, yes, of course.
I'm just saying, I'll take Jimmy Butler over Dame, and you can't play the past; you have to play the future. So I'm just saying, going forward, I think Jimmy would be the one. Like I'm like looking at like Giannis in 2021, right? He was good offensively, but he was leading on the defense side of the ball. Like
he was the number one scoring option,
huh?
That's don't. He was the number one scoring option.
I'm just saying, but like defensively, he was very good. And
that's not what I'm saying, though.
I'm not going to act like the scoring drop off is going to be that big. Like Dame could score 30, Jimmy could score 25 or 28.
No,
and Jimmy's going to provide more.
If Dame is there, he's not scoring 25. If Dame is there, he's not scoring 25. I don't think he is. I think Dame will. I think he'll drop to like 22. Honestly, on very very good efficiency. I
don't think I think you got to take encompassing unless you're Jokic providing like the best offensive game in the league. Like you got to be able to play two sides of the ball. Like I can't think besides Curry, who again is an all-time offensive player. Like I don't know. I'm not thinking that a solely offensive guy is the number one in the championship team, unless they literally transcend the game with their offense.
I think Dame would be the number one option on the Heat, in my opinion, especially from a scoring standpoint. And now the defense,
just from a scoring, but that's it. It's
the
just
defense
from a scoring standpoint.
The defense, like I don't know. Number one option, it would be Dame. You can say best player on the team. You can argue Jimmy Butler. Yes, I guess you can say that. That's not the same thing though, because a scoring option, a scoring option, where how you want to slice it, that would be Dame. And the clutch, it'll be Dame.
I guess I'm thinking like number one option and the number one guy on the championship team are not the same for me. I'm not thinking just scoring when I think championship team.
It takes a lot. NBA history is in NBA history. You can only point to a few cases where that's the case. Like that's like number one option on the year that when Tony Parker won it. That was the number one option was not Tony Parker. It was Tim Duncan. Just because he won Finals MVP, like we seen.
I get with Iguodala. Iguodala is not the number one option, but Curry.
People argue that Tim Duncan should have won that Finals MVP.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think the Heat are in such a weird case where, like, you know what I mean. A lot of these other guys had help. They had like all-star teammates, and like the Heat are in such a weird option where Jimmy's. I mean, some nights Jimmy's not even a top 2 scorer, right? But I still think like the intangibles and defensively and whatever, I think he is one of the players who, in a weird case, is the number one.
But I want to get back to this actual like the finals that we are right now with the Nuggets and the Heat. I just wonder who the Heat are going to stick on Jamal Murray to stop him from having this awesome playoff run. I'm probably going to put Cody Martin. Let's look at the matchups. Who are you going to think the matchup? So let's start with with the Heat on defense. So I'll probably think they'll put Jamal Murray on Caleb Martin. No. I mean Caleb Martin on Jamal Murray.
Bam on Jokic.
Jimmy on probably like Michael Porter Jr. or KCP to have him.
Would it be crazy to throw Jimmy on Jamal Murray?
No, because I feel like having him guard that pick and roll with Jokic and Jamal Murray is going to tire him out on offense. I don't think they should do that.
I
I
think
think,
I could just see down the stretch Jamal Murray hitting 2, 3 threes and Jimmy just getting pissed off and saying, "Let me pick him up."
yeah, I can see that because he takes initiative. But I think Jamal Murray and Jokic 2-man game is going to be the biggest storyline of this playoff, of this finals. It's been the biggest storyline of this playoffs. It's been unstoppable. Because either Jokic is getting that ball in the mid range and doing his pattern and floater that he just does, that little push shot he does that never misses, or he's getting a 4-on-3 and dicing up the defense, or Jamal Murray's hitting a three or getting to the basket. So it's really hard to stop that. So
Um,
they'll probably have Caleb Martin and Bam guard that. I think you could possibly see like either KCP or Jimmy Garden KCP or Jimmy Garden Aaron Gordon. Um,
KCP I could see.
it depends. Like I don't even know, bro, because their starting lineup is so weird. Like who is really in their starting lineup? Because they got Jimmy
Strus and Vincent.
Struz, Vincent, Cody Martin. No, Cody.
Strus, Vincent, Cody Martin, Jimmy Butler, Bam.
Yeah, that's a really small lineup too. And you got like Michael Porter Jr. who can rise up over smaller players and hit threes. So it's gonna be interesting to see. The Nuggets are a big team, and you can't just like play small against them because they're gonna knock down shots. They're gonna get open looks. So I don't know.
My,
I'm not gonna lie. I see no possible chance of Miami winning this.
no, I
I'm
guess you.
like pretty sure they're
My,
gonna
my
lose
two
it.
big takeaways for the playoffs or for the finals are going to be the head coaching matchup with Malone and Spoelstra. I think it'll be kind of just a chess game going back and forth.
Yeah.
Spoelstra's obviously going to have to work a lot harder because Malone's got the better roster. He's got the better player. So I think it's just going to be just a chess match between the two. But a lot's going to be on Bam, defensively and offensively. If he can somehow expose Jokic on defense and hopefully put him in foul trouble, and obviously do the best you can of trying to contain him. Obviously, you won't do everything to contain him. You can't stop Jokic, but just seeing how much he
Yeah, I
can.
mean, we haven't seen anyone slow him down yet,
That's what
bro.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that he can because no one's been able to yet. So maybe Bam's got some sort of film that no one's seen, or he's got some sort of plan. Miami's scheming up. I know that Miami was talking about there was like a joke on TNT that Miami will go work on their zone offense. Next playoffs, like whatever, for next series. I don't know if they'll try and throw some sort of zone or something to
That
mess
would
with
be a
you.
terrible idea. They would dice like Jokic would dice it up.
I'm just saying. What if I don't know if they're gonna throw other stuff? So, I think Spoelstra's a good coach. The best coach they've seen in the playoffs so far. So I'll just be curious to see if he throws out any stops or does some sort of weird game plan that we haven't seen with Jokic before.
With Bam, he's been struggling on offense, but he has been so impactful on defense, especially in the Celtics series and the Knicks series. Like I think people in the last series when guarded by Bam, players had 26% field goal shooting, so he's been like all time great level impactful on defense. So I think that'll be good, but I don't know if it's gonna be good enough to stop Jokic. If he stops Jokic, we gotta. I don't know. That's crazy. He's not gonna stop him, but like hinders him a little bit, slows him down a little bit. I just can't see him doing it if Eddie couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and I mean, like, I'm sorry if Bam, if he does or if he doesn't, like, if he doesn't, like, we can't shit on Bam. Like, this
Oh
is
yeah, he's not. I'm not gonna
it's
give him
all
that.
NBA MVP level. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah,
that's the narrative which I'm not gonna like, right? Like, obviously, Aiden got it right because it's Jokic, but like, I mean, we can't like get mad at these people for not being able to guard Jokic. Like, there's a reason he won back-to-back MVPs. There's a reason he's a great player, right? Like, people can't stop him. So, I think like it's just you try your best to contain him. You try and shut off whatever one side of his game. Just if he's scoring 30, 10, and 10, just trying to get whatever 25, 7, and 6. Like just limit it as much as you can because that's the only way they win the series, and it's the toughest thing you could probably do in basketball right now.
but we've been saying throughout this whole entire playoff, you limit Jokic and Jamal Murray, he steps up. Michael Porter Jr. steps up. KCP steps up. Bruce Brown off the bench steps up. So if it's not one thing, it's another. It's like it's literally unstoppable. Like you take away one thing from the Nuggets, that someone is stepping up consistently. Someone is playing well consistently, especially Jamal Murray down the stretch. And like, if he has a bad half, the next half he coming out guns blazing, or Jokic just have a bad half. Next half he comes out making every single shot, getting every single rebound. Rebound is gonna be the biggest thing for the Heat in this series because I don't think they're gonna have a game rebound. I think it's been games where Caleb Martin has had like 15 rebounds, stuff like that. If they can do that, they'll alleviate some of the stress of guarding Jokic. But I think they're going to get a lot of second chance opportunities where they're going to be able to kick out to guards and people on the perimeter hit threes because Jokic is so good. Like especially when Jamal Murray's attacking the basket and Jokic is and Bam has to help. and Jokic is right there for the rebound. That was the biggest problem in the Lakers I saw. Like when Jamal Murray or Bruce Brown or KCP or anyone attacking the basket, you got Jokic right there. He's getting the rebound every single time. He's averaging so many rebounds in his playoffs, and the Heat just doesn't have the size to deal with that. That's gonna be one of the biggest problems I feel like. And for them, rebounding, transition defense, and then their ability to make shots. They've been making shots. Your players have been making shots from especially from three this entire playoffs. Every single series, we like, oh, there's no way this is sustainable. What they've done to every single series, and so this is probably the easiest defense they face all playoffs because the Nuggets defense is not all that great. So they'll need to execute. They'll need to hit shots like they've been doing the entire series. They need to help out. I think Aaron Gordon is going to be one of the best defenders though. That what's called Jimmy Butler is saying he's very strong too, so he'll be able to deal with Jimmy trying to get to the paint and get to the basket stuff like that. So next up though, we got the Sixers hiring Nick Nurse. I personally think I saw a lot of flack about this. I think this is a great hire for the Sixers. People like to push the narrative that Nick Nurse runs his players to the ground. No, he just had no type of personnel on the Raptors. I think he's a great X and O's coach, which is exactly what the Sixers need because a lot of times last year the offensive sets were terrible with Doc Rivers. The spacing was terrible. And this combining Nick Nurse and Joel Embiid is going to be amazing. It's probably going to be one of the better offensive seasons he had. I think if they keep Harden, it'll be interesting to see what he can do with James Harden and Joel Embiid on the offensive end because he's never had that level also offensive talent on the team at the same time. So I think as far as like offensively, this would be one of the best Sixer seasons we've seen, especially with Nick Nurse at the helm. I think this was a great hire. I think he would have been a better fit than Monty, Doc, all those other people. So I'm glad that the Sixers hired him. I think this is great for the organization. Now they still have some decisions to make with James Harden. If they would even Joel Embiid because he keeps consistently getting hurt in the playoffs. If they want to go forward with Tyrese Maxey, they got they got a lot of decisions. I know they're not trying to give James Harden the max though. I definitely know they're not trying to do that. But what did you think of the Sixers hire? I mean, yeah. Sure, Nick Nurse.
I like Nick Nurse. This whole narrative in the league of like letting go of coaches who are years removed from a championship or from coach of the year, I think are kind of crazy. Like, I don't know who Toronto wants that's going to be better than Nick Nurse was, or what kind of new regime you're trying to put in there, what kind of new people you want. Yeah, I like Nick Nurse a lot. I think he was good in Toronto. Obviously, he won a championship. I think he's better than Doc Rivers right now. I hope James Harden leaves, though. I hope Nick Nurse can get some sort of, or you can use that money to build around a Nick Nurse offense. Pick players that he wants, pick guys he wants. I don't know if you look to get a Gary Trent. Whoa, who's the other guy? Why can't I think of it? Gary Trent, Fred VanVleet, someone from Toronto who knows Nick Nurse's system. OG, I don't know if you're trying to go get one of those guys, but I would rather not get Harden and kind of let Nick Nurse and Joel Embiid, I guess, kind of get a new approach. I don't know. I don't know who it is, but I think that Harden should be on the way out. Because did you see that one thing where it's like some mystery team's going to offer him a $200 million 4-year contract or something?
You said what?
Did you see that one sort of leak or rumor or whatever that some mystery team's going to offer him a $200 million contract for like 4 years?
Harden?
Yeah.
I saw that. That's probably the Rockets, but I mean, I wouldn't do it. He's in the later. I don't think James Harden is not a championship winning player.
I don't want him to match that. I don't want them to match that. Like, I don't know. I think that Harden in this offense, I think just running back the same team with Nick Nurse is not going to change anything. I think you need to get new players in there. So
I don't agree with that. I think they've got stagnant in the playoffs offensively, and Nick Nurse will alleviate that because he's such a great X and O coach. Where Doc Rivers was supposed to be great at like getting the most out of his players, being a motivational coach, being a players coach. I think Nick Nurse is actually great with like X's and O's offensive schemes, and that's what the Sixers struggle with the most. They've been the top 5, top 10 defense over the last few seasons. I don't think that's going to waver. I think that's just a product of having Joel Embiid anchoring your defense and like people like D'Angelo Melton and Peter Tucker on the opposing side. But I think that's where it needs to go. An offensive-minded coach where he can draw up plays and get you in sets, get Joel Embiid easy looks in the playoffs, which he struggled to do. Get into the baskets like that, getting Tyrese Maxey easy looks, like exploring, like improving on his offensive game, getting like actually setting up sets. That's what they need to do over there in Philly. So I think this does increase their ceiling. They obviously need someone better than probably than Harden in the playoff time. So they probably gonna have to address that in the offseason. I'm curious to see what the Texans do in this offseason. We're gonna probably get into that more in the offseason, what they should probably do. I think we went into that though, when after they lost. But yeah, I think the Knicks nurse hire was a great hire. We still got to see where Monty goes. We still got to see where Doc Rivers, if he's gonna get another job. I think who else is on the Frank Vogel is on the in some discussions, and some other assistant coaches that I forgot the name of. But there's a few other spaces. I think the Raptors still got a vacancy, right? Or did
The Raptors do.
wait
I think
no?
that's the main one.
Yeah, Raptors got a vacancy. Um, the Bucks got a vacancy. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, Raptors.
The Bucks got Adrian Griffin.
Yeah,
It's the Raptors. The Rockets signed someone. The Suns have one. Someone else got canned. Maybe the Lakers. I don't know. You got the front office spot in Golden State now. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. Maybe Tibbs. No, Tibbs is still there. Never mind.
yeah. So
I thought Tibbs was
I
gonna
think the
fire
Knicks
him.
might. If they was gonna fire Tibbs, they would already did it. But let's move
Maybe.
on to this NBA Finals quiz. All right. Dang, I just realized I forgot to put the tickets on every single other topic we talked about. That's insane. But NBA Finals quiz. We're gonna be guessing the starting five of the last of every NBA championship winner since what 2000. Is that what that's on? That's what's on here.
1997 to
1997.
2022.
So every starting five of the last like 25 championship teams. I'm gonna get this on the screen right here. Let's get it. Share. Come on, man, share it. You see? All right.
Yeah.
Let's guess the NBA Finals winners starting five since 1997.
Just
I'm
put
ready when
in,
you are, Max.
yeah,
12
I'm good.
minutes.
I'm good. Just put in Jordan, Bryant, James, and Curry to start out with it.
Okay, Jordan.
Just get the main guys out of the way. James,
James,
Curry,
Curry. All right,
Durant,
let's go. 1997. Pippen was in there.
Ron
Rodman, Harper. He's gonna be in one of them.
Harper,
Wow.
Harper. Luke Longley.
Wow.
It's Luke Longley. Center.
Longley.
I don't know how to spell it. Yeah,
The
Luke
two of
Longley.
them.
Who was a power forward in the '98 team?
Horace Grant.
No, Horace Grant
Okay.
was in the early sets. Horace Grant was in the early three.
Okay.
Bill Cartwright. Did he play power forward?
Bro, I wasn't born. Cartwright.
I don't think it's a W. It's just R.
Duncan. Robinson. David Robinson started on the 2003 team too.
Parker. Yeah, this is the last one. Parker.
What?
Bruce Bowen. Was he on that team? BOWEN?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The 1999 Spurs, I doubt we get that one.
No, we got it. We got to get a couple more.
Harper, Kobe Bryant, Shaq,
Rick Fox.
O'Neal, Fox.
Who's on this team?
2000 team gonna be tough.
No, stop. We got this. Carmelo was on that team. Was Glenn Rice? Yep.
Fisher.
Yep. Derek Fisher. There you go. Who's a power forward in that?
Is that Ginobili?
No, he was a bench player.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he ever started. I mean, you could type it in. I don't think he ever started.
All right, let's get Wade out the way. Peyton was Peyton started? No, he wasn't.
Jason Williams.
Who, on what team?
Miami.
Oh wow.
Was Eddie House on that team?
I don't know about a starter. Nah, hell.
No.
Okay. Move on to some.
Udonis Haslam starting? Hold on, go back.
Hey, no, he started. That's crazy.
There we go.
Okay. We got Garnett, Rondo, Pierce,
Ray Allen.
Let's get his guitar out the way.
Oh wait, just go to the Boston Celtics team. Pierce. Pierce.
Okay, cool.
Ray Allen. Kendrick Perkins.
Okie dokie. Center.
Andrew Bynum. Small forward, Ron Artest.
Not in 2009.
Trevor Ariza.
Oh, nice.
Come on, man.
You're cooking, Max. Derek. Nowitzki. I don't know how to
Jason
spell Nowitzki.
Kidd. Jason Kidd. N-O-W-I-T-Z-K-I. Tyson Chandler.
What's
Sean
that dude
Marion.
name? What's that dude name?
Sean Marion.
What's that one dude name?
I don't think Jason Terry started.
Okay. That's what I
You
was
can
thinking
type it
of.
in. You can type it in. I don't think he started. Who else on that Mavs team?
Pistons. Let's get
Oh, wait.
Billups.
Hold on. Put in Put Stevenson. Deshaun Stevenson.
Oh my God, you're a genius.
Come on, man.
Detroit
Mark Thomas.
Pistons. Let's do
Oh, wait, Detroit Pistons. Where we at? Oh, my fault.
2004. Wallace.
Yeah, Billups, Hamilton, Rip Hamilton.
I don't know my names.
Hamilton. Nope.
Samuel.
T-O-N. Good. Who's small?
Who's the small forward? Oh,
Tayshaun
Prince. Yeah.
Tayshaun Prince. Easy.
Prince.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
That was like this.
Yeah, we gotta think. No, we got someone else in that Spurs team. That's bad if we can't think of it.
I'm just going freelance right now.
Yeah, Kyrie Love.
Thompson.
JR. Was JR the starter? Smith.
Insane. He started on a championship winning team.
2015 team. Barnes. Just go for the teams right there. Let's go for the easy money. Bogut.
Okay.
Just put in Green because Green will get so many. Yeah, AC Green up there. I didn't even know. I thought he was retired.
He was still on the team in 2000.
That's crazy.
What?
Iguodala. Iguodala.
I don't think he started.
Try it. Iguodala.
D-U-D-O. No.
ALA.
IGU.
DLA. DALA. IGUODALA. Thank you. Tony Parker, 2014 team. Give me Boris Diaw and Kawhi Leonard. Come on, man.
2013, that's gonna be Bosh.
Bosh.
What's the dude name? Chalmers.
Shane Battier.
I know I spelled his name.
There we go.
I know I spelled his name.
Who was on that? 2013.
He didn't start. Okay.
Mike Miller. Mike Miller started.
He might have.
You have an A up there.
He did. Okay. 2019, we got Kyle Lowry.
Zaza Pachulia.
Was it Gasol? Who's the power forward on the Raptors?
Siakam.
Oh, Ibaka.
Siakam.
Oh yeah, Siakam.
On the 2017 team, that's Pachulia. Pachulia. L-I. It was 1-0. It's 1-0. There we go. I think that 2018 team is Festus Ezeli, but I think I'm wrong too.
What's that dude name? Bro, why am I blanking on
Oh, it was KCP, Anthony Davis, and Dwight Howard in the 2020 team.
I wasn't even thinking about that, but
Davis.
I'm thinking about
Caldwell Pope.
I'm thinking about somebody. Bro. Oh my God.
Look, Kevon
I cannot think about this. Thank you.
Looney.
That's what I'm thinking about. Kevon Looney. All right.
I'm gonna look up how to spell this. No, put in Caldwell Pope.
Caldwell.
I'm gonna look up how to spell Ezeli's name. Festus.
Caldwell.
Just try it for me.
Bro, people watching gonna cook me, bro. For not
Easy ELI.
Who you talking about? Festus Ezeli?
Ezeli on 2018. Is that the starter? Easy ELI. Just try it for me.
Easy ELI.
Nope, not it. Okay.
No, I'm not 18.
Yeah, who's the center? It wasn't Boogie. Varejao. Was it Anderson Varejao?
No, bro. It was Bogut. Oh.
We already have Bogut on there, genius.
I don't know who's 18.
No, we don't have Bogut on there. Try that. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
We don't have Bogut on here?
Do the Bucks first. We already tried for 2015. Didn't work. Do the Bucks.
The
Bucks is Holiday, Middleton, Giannis, Brook Lopez. I'm gonna make sure I know how to spell. I think it's ANTE.
Who's their small forward? Who's their small forward?
Do Portis Jr. See if Portis Jr. fits.
No, I don't think he was a starter. I don't think he was
ANTET.
ANTET.
Okay. OUNMPO.
OUNMPO.
There we go.
PF. Who power forward? Who was a power forward? I could have sworn it was Portis, bro.
JR. Let's try Portis Jr. Try Portis Jr.
No.
Was it Ibaka? Was Ibaka on that?
Bro, we already have Ibaka.
Yeah,
I
we
already
did.
put
We tried that.
type his name in.
This
Who
is
we
bad.
missing? We missing the power forward from 1998, the shooting guard from 2003, the power forward from 2002.
Who are the centers on those Spurs teams? It's not Thiago Splitter.
We actually didn't try.
No,
No.
he was in that
Yeah, what am I
2013.
tripping?
He
I'm
was on the
tripping.
2015 teams.
2005, they have a center. Who is that? We missing a shooting guard too for that team. We got a lot of work to do right now. We got
Try
3 minutes
Steven
left.
Jackson. JC. Yeah, try Steven Jackson. There we go.
Who was the power forward in 2021? It's a shame that we don't know that, and it was 2 years ago.
Put Dewan Blair, Blair. I don't know why I thought it was him.
We are missing 3 players from the 1999.
Oh, put Nazi Muhammad. No, it's Mo. I think.
I don't know how to spell Muhammad, bro. You got to get that.
Yeah,
you
let
got
me
to
get
figure
it.
that out. Bro, power forward for the
MOH AMMED. Come on, man. Give me that.
shooting guard we need for 2005. Who is that?
Wasn't
They
Steve
had so
Kerr?
many shooting guards.
You could try Steve Kerr. See, he might be on one team.
He would never started. He never started.
Avery Johnson.
Yep, there he goes. There he
Try
goes.
Johnson.
There he goes. Wait, oops. Got that wrong. Oh.
He's on
my
that
God.
team. It's on a team at least.
Okay. We need the small
Who's
forward from
the
the Heat
power
team.
forward in that team? Was it Pat Connaughton?
He might have been.
You mean you know how to spell it? I think that's how you
Alright.
spell it. I think that's how you spell it, so I'll give you credit.
I'm bad with like spelling names. Small forward for the Heat. Who was that? I have no idea. I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
we know. Is it Eddie Jones? We already put Eddie Jones?
No, we haven't played Jones. Okay, we got a minute 49. We got 10 players left, so we need to hurry up and get this.
I forgot we were on time. Eddie Jones, who's the power forward on the 2002 team? Is Sean Kemp? Try Kemp.
For who?
I don't know why I thought he was on a team. He was ring chasing at the end.
Oh my God, these Spurs teams.
Karl Malone and Gary Payton didn't win a championship with the Lakers. I know that.
Payton won with the Heat.
Huh? Yeah, Payton did, but Karl Malone did. My fault.
Bro, I don't know. Lakers power forward. Who was that? You said Bynum didn't work? Nah, or did
No,
work?
we already got Bynum in 2009, 2010. He was drafted yet.
Bro, I'm blanking right now.
Who's the
2002.
centers? Who's the centers on those teams?
We're not getting it. Jesus.
I'll give
120
myself
130, not
credit.
bad.
I got some good guys. I'm happy I got. I'm not mad.
Yeah, but did you look up Pat Connaughton? Like,
Nah, it's okay. I don't think it's him. If it is him, we'll give ourselves another point.
San Antonio's
What?
shooting guards.
We can't act like we can't get that 2021 team. That's bad.
Yeah, I know that's insane. That's bad. That's bad.
I think it's
not good.
Pat Connaughton. It wasn't Dante DiVincenzo was injured. It's got to be Pat Connaughton.
Bro, I bet you we're blanking on somebody that's really obvious.
Portis came off the bench.
Oh, PJ Tucker. What are we talking about?
There you go. Good call. Good call.
That's insane.
Jeez. I'm glad you got that.
Man.
Who was the center of the 2018 Warriors team?
We about to see. I don't know.
That's gonna be the worst one.
They just run out. They run past centers all the time. We're gonna see. Let's go. 121 out of 130 is not bad. Only missing 9 players out of the last 25 years. It's gonna be JaVale McGee.
That was bad. We should have got that one.
The hell?
Robert Ory. Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Can we get that out of
Holy
that?
cow,
Denton
we didn't do
Walker
that.
probably should have got that. Manu Ginobili started 1 year. That's insane.
Robert Ory only had one. Michael Finley.
Tony Kukoc. I just talked about him. I just drafted this man. I don't know
why we didn't think of Tony Kukoc. Antoine Walker. Okay. I would
never
never
get
thought
him.
Fabricio Oberto. Never would have got him.
Never would have got him.
Mario
Mario Ellie and Sean Elliott. These are 2 players I would never would have got because
Mario Ellie. I think I would have thought of Sean Elliott after a while. I would never have thought of Mario Ellie.
Everyone besides JaVale McGee,
Robert
Ory, probably Tony Kukoc is 3 bad ones. We probably should have guessed Ginobili, But besides that, I think that's not too bad. Anton Walker probably should have got that too. But you would have
Yeah.
to, you know,
Shout out to you if you got Fabricio Oberto.
yeah, you were a genius. Let us know in the comments though.
What's the
This is
average? What's
definitely
the
getting
average?
posted. We got
79?
93%
There we
and
go.
the average is 39. We are, you know, we are ball knowers, man.
There we go.
Stop playing with us. All right, y'all. That's gonna be the end episode. It was a late episode today. We just want to get some out, especially the finals, predictions, previews, all that before the final start on Thursday. We're gonna be back either later this week or early next week. After the first couple games of the NBA Finals with some more draft content, NBA Finals content. We're gonna get back into NFL content. Go hit the NFL real hard, especially over these next couple weeks while the finals is going on. Thank you guys for watching. If you got to this moment, please subscribe to all of our subscribe and follow all of our social medias in the description and all our personal Twitters, Instagrams in the description. Thank you guys for watching. If Maxim got anything to say, we can end the episode.
I'm all good, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.